Hello everyone, welcome back to the Power BI tutorials. In this video, we will see that how can we just merge the different Excel workbooks into one in Power BI. Why we are working with Excel? Because in Excel there is a huge possibility that your data is in Excel sheets that you need to import into Power BI. Okay, so there are these different options or the different instances that are available with working with the Microsoft Excel data. We have already seen that what would happen if we just merge the different tables or the different sheets data into one another. Then what would happen if we just merge the different tables having the different number of columns into one another. In this video, we will be basically seeing that how can we merge the different workbooks into one another. Okay, so if we take a look at our data distribution, we have this folder called Q1 sheets. Okay, so this is the whole folder that is containing all of our data that upon which we want to work. Okay, so if you just double click over it, we have three workbooks: the Jan 2020, Feb 2020 and March 2020. These are these three separate workbooks, or whatever data we have is organized into these separate workbooks which we want to merge together, right? Now if we take a look at these three different workbooks together, we have first this Jan 2020 workbook. It is containing a sheet called Jan 2020, and in this sheet we have only one table that is containing the three columns: the date, product and the quantity column, which we have already seen in the previous videos. Alright, so these are the three columns. Similarly, we have the second workbook known as the Feb 2020 workbook, which is also having this Feb 2020 sheet, and the three columns are there. And similarly, in the March workbook also, the March 2020 sheet name March 2020 and the three columns. Now we will be seeing in Power BI using the Power Query Editor that how can we merge the data that is spanning through the different workbooks into one table or one query. So let's just go to our Power BI and let's just load. So we can just go to get data and click on more. Now basically what we are going to do is we are going to load our data from the multiple workbooks. Okay, all these three workbooks are present in a single folder. So what we are going to do right now is in Power BI, we have to select that we have to just get our data or import our data from the folder. So basically we have to select the folder as the option, and from that particular folder we can just load our data. So that's what we want to do. So it's going to take some time, right? Okay, so you have get this folder option. We can just click on folder and click on connect and wait for a few seconds till it asks us for that which folder we want to load. So this is the folder path, so you can just go to this browse option and you can just select it from here. Or what you can do is, since we have already opened our folder, we can just copy this path, and in our Power BI we can simply just paste this path and click on OK. Now you got to wait for a few seconds till that particular folder is loaded. Okay, so what we are getting is we are getting these six basically workbooks. Why we are getting six? Because these three are opened up right now. So what we can do is we can just close these workbooks. Okay, Jan closed, Feb closed and March closed. Okay, we can just click on cancel and we need to again load this data. Why? Because there were three instances of the open workbooks already present there and three instances of the closed workbooks or the original workbooks. So we don't want that. We don't want duplicate records to be loaded into a Power BI. That's why we have to cancel that operation. So one important thing that you must note is whenever you are working with this type of data, you need to just close all of the data that you have opened. Like if you are trying to work with the workbooks, you need to close that workbooks. Now you can see that since we had closed those workbooks, now we are only getting these three instances. That is the name, extension, date access, date modified, date created, and everything. Basically this is all the metadata. That is the data about the data. So this is what we have got. Let's just click on transform data. So what will this transform data do? It would open up the Power Query Editor, right? Now you can see we have got Q1 sheets, this whole folder, and the sheet name. Now since we have got these 3 sheets name and the content column, okay, so basically what is this content column is whatever the data is present in these sheets is actually consolidated in the format of this content column. If you just click over it, so you can see we are getting the name of the sheet or the name of the workbook. Along with it, we are getting the size. So it is basically the content, whole of the content is present here, that is compressed into the size or into these number of bytes. It is compressed and been stored into this content column. Okay, so now we are only concerned about this content column and the name column. So what we can do is we can just control click over both of them, and what we can do is we can just right click. So there is this option of remove other columns. Since we are only concerned about these 2 columns, we are only concerned about what data is lying inside the workbook and not the data about the workbook. So you can just click on remove other columns, so that now only the data of the workbook would be visible to us and not any other data. Okay, now once we've got that, what we can do is in this add columns option, we can just go to this custom column. This custom column helps us to add a new column as per our choice. So we can just change its name to data, and we can use a custom column formula. So basically there are these different types of the formulas that you can use as per the data source that you are trying to import and whatever you are trying to extract from that particular data source. So what data source we have used? We have used an Excel data source. So we can simply write like Excel, and you can see the first option, that is excel.workbook. If you just click over it, so excel.workbook is written. Why we have used this workbook function? Because this workbook is where our data is originally stored, and when we are talking about this name Feb 2020, Jan and March, these are the names of our workbooks. That's why we have used this workbook. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to extract this data that is pointed to by this binary format. So for this, what we can do is we can just write these parentheses, and inside these parentheses you can see we have a list of available columns from this particular source. So we can just select this content column and click on insert. Now what we can do is we can just click on OK, and you can wait for a few seconds to see that we have created a new column by the name of data, and now this data is containing these tables. So if we just click on this kind of an arrow option, make sure that all of them are selected, and we can just click on OK. Now what happens is we are getting these 6 names, we are getting its data, we are getting the items, like what are the items, different items like Feb 2020, table 1-3 and so on, and we are also getting its kind, that whether it is a sheet or whether it is a table. So these are the different types of data or the metadata which is about the particular sheet or the particular table. Now we do not want the data about the sheet or the table, we want the data inside the table. So into this kind column, what we can do is we can make sure that only the tables are visible. We can apply a filter to make sure only the tables are visible, and you can see now we have 3 tables, table 1-3, table 1 and table 1-3-4. all right, so basically we do not want this table data, we only want the data inside the table. Okay, so what we can do is we can just take up this sheet column or the workbook column, that is the name of the workbook. The data.data is basically containing the original data, and this data.name is containing the name of that particular table. Okay, so we want these 3 columns right now. We can just right click and click on remove other columns, so all the other columns would be removed and we are left with these 3 columns. Right, now we can just rearrange them. So first we are getting the name, then we are getting the name of the table, and then we are getting the table data. Now if we just click over this table data, then you can see we are getting the original data of that particular table. Okay, let us just undo that step, or we can just select any of the cells, and you will see on the downside that all of the data is previewed to us. So now what is our purpose is we need to extract this data. So how can we extract it? We can just select this data column, make sure we click on these arrows. These are the different columns. These are actually the columns of our tables only. Okay, like the date, product and the quantity column. And make sure this option use original column name as prefix is unchecked. Otherwise, whatever the columns we are getting, like first is the date column, so its name would be changed to like data.date, which is not what we want. Okay, we just want the date column, the product column, and the quantity column. So you can just select these three and click on OK, and you can see that now the different columns we have got, that is the date column, the product column, and the quantity column. The total number of rows, if you check over here, is 21, which is absolutely correct. Now if you want, you can just remove this column by just selecting that particular column, right clicking, and click on remove. And similarly, you can also remove this name column by right clicking and removing it. So we have got this table, these three tables that have been extracted from the different workbooks. And now if you want to load this data, you can just go to close and apply, and you will see that this whole data would be loaded up. So you need to wait for a few seconds till this Q1 sheets is loaded into Power BI. Okay, so now Q1 sheets is now available in the form of a table, which is containing the three columns, date, product, and quantity. And that's exactly what we wanted. So that's all in this video. Thanks for watching.